Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm reading the paper.
It doesn't matter.
This one sperm donor, they figured out he's got 150 offspring.
Yeah, and they say that's happening more and more, where one donor will be responsible for a lot of children.
I had a friend in college who used to be a sperm donor. It was $75 for each shot of sperm that he gave. I guess they wanted his sperm. He was, a blonde-haired guy, blue eyes. He was a college-educated guy. So, he fit the criteria.
Highly desirable.
Right. It was the right ethnic group, the right everything. Right religion, and so I used to even say to him, don't you feel weird giving all your sperm and like you can have all these kids? He goes, no, it helps people out. I don't care. And I get $75 a pop, and he needed the money. And I used to sit there and sweat over the ethical considerations. Like, oh my God, if thousands of women get pregnant by him, isn't there accidental incest going on? I mean, that's very possible.
Well, that's one of the considerations.
Yeah.
Are there brothers and sisters out there meeting and commingling because they don't know they're brothers and sisters?
They also say some of the negative consequences of having so many children fathered by the same donors includes the possibility that genes for rare diseases could be spread more widely through the population.
Right.
Because the natural selection type process that goes on in the human race isn't being honored.
Would have limited his child rearing practice.
So
150. How many? 150,000?
150.
Just
offspring.
150.
Yeah.
Not 150,000.
Now, here's the deal. Other countries, including Britain, France, and Sweden, limit how many children a sperm donor can father. And there's no limit in the United States. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
There's only guidelines issued by the American Society for Reproductive Medicine, and they sound like they got bullshit for power.
Well, you remember that one case where, this doctor was impregnating all of his patients with his sperm.
Right. Let's see. The professional group recommends restricting conceptions by individual donors to 25 births per population of 800,000. So, but this guy I know, it was amazing. He was a good friend.
You've not stayed in touch with him?
We did for a while, but I haven't heard from him in years.
Because it would be interesting to know if he has his own kids, and now he's got, and you wonder if he knows how many other kids there are out there that he fathered.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to him in years. It was crazy. Like, he would, remember one time I was making a movie. I was a film major. Broadcast and film.
Oh, you mean in school? You weren't?
In school. We were in college, and he was the star of my film, and he had to stop everything. His girlfriend had to jerk him off. He had to get it in a test tube. They put it in a sock, and then they drive it right down to the clinic.
Why a sock?
Keep it warm.
It had to be warm?
Yeah, it has to be a certain temperature. And it was cold out. He didn't jerk off directly into the sock. He had a tube.
Just wring it out.
He just would wrap it in there, and you had to get it down there within a certain amount of time. It was there was a whole protocol. I mean, got to admit, for a guy with $0 like me, it looked kind of tempting, but I don't think anybody would have. I don't think I would have been accepted by a sperm clinic. I mean, look at me.
You would have been rejected.
I walk in and they're like, ugh. Because he was like a good-looking guy and stuff. Although he had a beard in college, and I saw him years later. He shaved off his beard for professional reasons, and he wasn't half that good-looking. That beard helped him.
The beard helped a lot.
I was thinking of growing a beard because I couldn't believe the difference.
Well, there are a bunch of guys